story and experiences about building wealth on this digital space. Valentine Okafor, Adeboye David, Isaiah Ibigbemi, Grace Carlo, Jacob Okoro, Esther Odemwige, Chijioke Otikba, Awesomeness Subana, and Ifoma Ezeokoli. And the host is Innocent Nduaguba. Meet the panelists, Victory Markson, Josiah Davisi, Iyanu Olua Ileson, and the moderators are Theodora Nduaguba and Favor Joseph. Learn how you can build your wealth from their experiences. Date is from the 15th to the 17th of July. And the venue is YouTube Live. Register via the link on the next slide. See you inside.
All right, so welcome everyone, welcome back. So we are here with the phenomenal Saval Okafor. Saval, thank you so much for taking our time out of your busy schedule to be here. We do not take this for granted. So quickly, I'll be leaving the stage for him. I'll be going off, turn off my camera, muting myself, and he will take us through this journey. Thank you, sir. So the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. Innocent. Just before you hide your camera, before you hide, let me use this
Okay.
opportunity to thank you and your incredible team for putting this together. Not necessarily to you know make this student or the graduate or any person who is joining to what I mean is not necessarily wanting them to make millions, okay, but wanting them to become productive as individuals, wanting them to utilize their time, their energy, their resources, the knowledge and the skill that they have in the most appropriate way. I think that will enable them to dream big such that making millions will just be the baseline. Okay, so from there they keep thinking big, they keep thinking empowering other people, they keep sharing the opportunities that other persons can take advantage of to become better. Over the years, my idea of success is about being person driven rather than things driven. So instead of
Hmm.
saying I want to graduate with a first class, no, I want to be the best student that my university has ever seen. First class comes naturally to me. So if I
Hmm.
say, okay,
Hmm.
I want to be a good husband or a good wife, no, I want to be a good person such that anybody
Hmm.
who comes in contact with me will leave with an impression that this person is really a good person. Becoming a good wife or a
Wow.
good husband comes naturally. So
Wow.
tonight I'm going to be teaching you, to be person driven, to be a person of immense value. Something you can begin to do now, and it will attract not just money, it will attract relationship, it will attract
Hmm.
favor, it will attract
Hmm.
much more opportunities because apart from what the Bible says about to him much is given, much is expected. And to him much is given, more will be given to
Hmm.
him. It's a natural law, it's a natural principle that works for everyone. If you have more,
Hmm.
people are going to give you more. Check out your commissioners, check out your governors, check out your presidents. They have more and people give them more. Have you ever wondered why celebrities are being called up for modeling jobs or for brand ambassador jobs or brand ambassadorships? They have. And nature must play its course. All right, so much on that. So, Innocent, this is me saying a very big thank you to you and your team for putting this together for undergraduates and any other person who takes this opportunity serious. All right, thank you for the
Thank you,
opportunity to
Mom.
speak on how to lead an efficient financial life as a student. That's my topic, and I hope that in 16 minutes, because 4 minutes has gone
Thank you.
and 5 minutes is just coming is hitting me hard now. I just hope that in 20 minutes I should be able to deliver so in a way that you will learn something. So let me start now. So Innocent, feel free to
All
to
right.
to leave the camera.
Okay.
All
I'll
right.
bow
So
down. Thank you
thank
so
you
much, sir.
guys for joining. If you're live with me or if you're going to be joining later or you're going to be watching the recording, fantastic. Please get your favorite drink by your side and your writing material and listen to what I'm going to share with you today. First of all, the topic again says how to lead an efficient financial life as a student. I'm a productivity strategist, I'm the leadership evangelist. Productivity is something that I'm very passionate about. I love to see people and organization become productive. I love to see people maximize their full potentials. I love to see people live their best life, okay? Because God had commanded us in Matthew chapter 5 from verse 13 to 16 that we are the salt and the light of the world. And if we do not preserve, if we do not, make situations and circumstances sweet, then we will lose our savor. If we do not light up the world, if we do not light up our environment where we are, then there's no need to call us lights. There's no need, to be in a place if we cannot light it up. So that being said, I'm going to delve into this topic, how to lead an efficient financial life as a student, with my story. I'm going to share my story. After I share my story, then I will tell you how I landed a contract as a student, and then I will now tell you how you can start making money as a student, and then how to scale using social media. So here's my story. In 2019, okay, I a time came, and if you're a student listening to me, you will relate. A time came, everything in my house finished. My rice finished, my gari finished, everything finished, and it was exam period. Oh my roommate and I, we were struggling. We didn't know, and I didn't want to call home because I wasn't comfortable. I love to do things myself. So I we were managing. I managed to get Gary. I schooled in the east, so yellow Gary was prevalent. That's what they sell. So I bought yellow Gary about half pint, and that was all we were soaking. We drank in the morning, we drank at night, we drank the next day. Whew. One day, my roommate said something remarkable to me. What he said changed my life financially. He said, Val, how long are we going to continue drinking Gary? How long are we going to continue drinking Gary? Oh my God, I didn't know how to respond to him. I didn't know what to do. Oh shit. I I don't know how 2000 naira came in. Maybe I did a job. I've forgotten what I did, but I know that 2000 naira came in and we used it to buy soup condiments. That time things were cheaper a little bit. So we bought red oil, we bought other soup condiments, and we made a goosey soup, which we used to now to that gari we were drinking, we now turned it into a bar. Okay, we made it and then we used it to eat dinner with that soup. And that moment I said, Val, what will you do to change your finances? What will you do to change the trajectory? And I got a call from one of my bosses who I had worked for before. He said, Val, I'm launching a new project. I want to create an app, a psychological app that will do this, that will do that. So I said, okay. He said, are you able to create the content for this app? I said, yes, I will be able to do that. Okay. And then he gave me about 2 weeks to be able to come up with the content for the app. And I came up with content, he liked it, and then we were supposed to do an animation with voiceover for the app, right? So I'd already created the content. Now a voiceover artist will work on it so that people can watch it and listen to the audio. And that contract, for the first time, that contract was 1.5 million. Okay, the general amount, but they want for me my own cut, my own part portion was 300,000 naira. And I was like, what? And I even gave some people jobs. I even gave, a content creator a job to the medical student. I said, come up with health content, and I paid him about, was it 20,000 or 30,000 naira, and the other person that did voiceover about 100,000 plus. And for the first time, I was like, what? So this kind of money can come. So, stuffs like that. And I started seeing the possibilities of making money as a student. But here's the backstory, which is the bulk of what I'm going to be talking about tonight. Here's the backstory. For that, my boss to find me worthy to commit such an amount to me, for him to find me worthy to take responsibility of that contract, to take responsibility of creating content, something happened. I positioned myself as somebody that should be trusted. I positioned myself as somebody who can take up responsibility and deliver. And so here's what I did, which of course I'm going to be sharing with you. But I need you to understand that money only comes in two ways. One, either it comes by favor, somebody dashes you money, or you exchange your time in form of services or your product for money. It's either you get money from, maybe as a result of favor, somebody says, hey, I just take this one, okay? Or you exchange in exchange for your time or your product, somebody pays you money. These are the two ways you can get money. All right. So, and you can either sell your service, your skill, your talent, or a product in exchange for money. So in my own case, it was my service, my skill as a writer, my skill as somebody who can create content. That was what I gave out to be able to receive money. Okay. So having said that, I want to talk about certain skills that are obtainable within the university environment. You see, I remember I had a printer in school. I had a printer I bought before going back for my second semester, I think in my 300 level. I had a printer. What was I doing with the printer? Students are lazy. Most students are lazy. If you give assignments, they won't do it. If you give presentations, they won't do it. They are likely not to do it. And so it's an opportunity for you to start doing assignments for them. So in my case, I was doing assignments for them. I will collect the assignments after doing my own, of course. I will collect the assignments and then I will do it. Then type with my system and print with my printer and collect the little amount that was available as at then. Collect the little amount that was available. And during election periods, they love printing posters here and there, student electioneering, blah, blah, blah. They love to print posters. And so I will collect contracts and say, let me print your posters at so, so, so price. And that was what I was doing. So I was doing assignments for people. I was printing people's assignments. I was printing posters, to be able to get small change, 3,000 naira, 2,000 naira, 1,500, and as the case may be, but something was coming in consistently because, of course, assignments, 10 papers, presentations here and there, you know. So you can also do something like that. You can also do something like that. You can also print assignments for people. You can do assignments for people, especially those ones who are very lazy. Okay, but make sure that you have already done your own. Then another skill is catering, which is baking. Baking is part of it. You can make samosa, you can make fish roll. See, Every day is someone's birthday. And if I were you as a baker, I will find out the birthday of my course mates. Find out their birthdays and give them cakes at a subsidized rate. Tell them that you want to celebrate their birthday, so the regular cake goes for 5,000 naira or 6,000 naira as the case may be, but you're willing to do it for them at 3,500 naira. Trust me, they will patronize you. So after finding out the birthday of your course mates, so imagine how many you're going to be getting in a month. 3, 4, 5 every month. Then after your class, you move on to lecturers. Find out the birthdays of your own lecturers. Already your department, provides an opportunity, a market opportunity for you. When you're done with your department, you now go to the faculty level. These are the things you're going to be doing until you have reached a stage where the average student in your university or polytechnic or college of education can patronize you because you're everywhere. Then we have braiding. Why I'm mentioning these skills is because, yes, this is something you can start with at least 10,000 naira or even zero capital as a student. Braiding, you know how to braid hair, you know how to paint nails, you know how to, um, during my time, people were even doing laundry because of some students who came from very uh, high profile background. They were not the one washing their clothes. They gave it out to the laundry people. But you know how to braid hair. You can braid their hair and collect something while you study. What I'm sharing with you is something you can do as a student, as a small scale. And when you graduate, you take it up to the bigger scale. You take it up to a bigger scale, but this is something you can start and consistently do it. Trust me, in a month, you should be able to raise at least 50,000 naira or even 100,000 naira, as the case may be. When you repeat the process, you know how much you're getting in 6 months. You don't even need to call home anymore. You don't need to ask for urgent 2K. You don't need to ask your friends for anything because you have a skill that produces money for you. And somebody may even think, say, wow, but school is hectic. My course is very hectic, doesn't give me time. Well, you can use Saturdays and Sundays or go look for a skill that you can offer purely online, something that does not require your physical presence. Okay, so I've talked about baking, I've talked about doing assignments and printing, which is fantastic, very lucrative in that space, in that community of students. Okay, then of course photography. Photography is lucrative within the university community, very lucrative, because students want to celebrate their birthday, they want to do party, conferences are happening in the university every time. You want to be that photographer that will capture the moment, that will document the process. You want to be that that photographer. And so you can use your camera to make a lot of money during matriculations, during convocations. But even if convocations are not happening every time, you can take advantage of the conferences happening almost on a weekly basis in the university. You can take advantage of inaugural lectures. You can take advantage of this night, that night. I know that major universities in Nigeria do what is called, maybe if it's a faculty of social sciences, they call it faculty of social sciences night, faculty of agriculture's night, faculty of this night. Take advantage of these. Take advantage of these opportunities to sell your skill, to sell yourself, to show what you can do. You can be a decorator, decorating, conference halls. I have seen it happen. My friend was a decorator and he's still doing it today on a larger scale. But he was decorating, lecture halls for for programs. They will come, prepare the table, prepare the wall with curtain, and he was paid. You can also be a chef to cook food and you deliver. A lot of people who do not have the time to cook, you can cook soup for them in a larger quantity and they put in their deep freezer. These are opportunities. These are simple things that you can do, and honestly, you wouldn't know what brokenness means. You wouldn't know what not having money means because they are coming on a regular basis. It's not going to be so sweet. It's not going to be palatable. It's not going to be rosy. It's not going to be a walk in the park. But of course, to achieve any greatness in life, you need to pay the price. And paying the price now will be to synchronize learning and being able to sell your product or your service. So maybe the night time will be for studies, and you're going to deny yourself sleep to be able to study so that during the day, after attending lectures, you can now run your business. I know of a student who was selling soap. She was supplying soap during weekends to major supermarkets in Enugu State. But from Monday to Friday, she's in class. And on Saturday, she goes out to supply her soap. She was making a lot of money. So, as I'm a student is not an excuse. I'm a student is not an occupation. When they ask occupation, you put student. It's not an occupation. You must be able to think. What solution do you bring to the table? What value do you bring to the table? What should people buy from you? All right. So much on that. There are so many things you can do. Make photography is there, being a chef is there, laundryman is there. These things are temporal. So in case somebody say, me, a laundry person, me, it's because Nigerians have learned to, despise labor. In other climes, there's something called dignity of labor. You're proud of what you're doing. So fight is legitimate. Even though it's to pack feces, pack it. At the end of the day, clean yourself. Nobody would know you packed it. Did they even write it on the forehead? The answer is no. At the end of the day, you have your money and you can spend it anyhow you want. All right. So please, we must be able to change our mindset and take up responsibilities based on our capacities, based on what we can do. Whether it's a product you're selling or a service you're selling, you must sell shamelessly. All right. Now, I want to talk about branding yourself before I leave the stage. Remember, our topic is how to lead an efficient financial life as a student. Efficient in a way that it doesn't affect your academics, in a way that it doesn't impact negatively on your grades and your performance. So we're talking about being efficient here. Now, branding yourself as an authority, branding yourself as somebody who people can buy from, you must be able to do these things. Number one, be honest. If you know you cannot do this thing, please do not accept the job. If you know that you're not yet a professional baker or you cannot bake to somebody's satisfaction, a client satisfaction, please do not accept the job. You must be honest. If you cannot do somebody's assignment without copying, please do not accept the job. If you cannot deliver as a laundryman, please do not accept the job. You must put integrity, you must put honesty first before money. And that is the undoing of many entrepreneurs today. They are carried away by the money involved and they accept the job and they will not be able to do it. At the end of the day, they are telling cock and bull stories. You don't want to be caught in that trap, okay? So maintain honesty, maintain integrity. That is branding. Branding supersedes logo and flyer. No, I'm talking about the subtle, the intangible aspect of branding, honesty, integrity. Most organizations have been able to coin it as core values. This is what represents you as a brand. When people want to buy from you, they will say, this person that doesn't deliver, this person that is not sincere, this person that, well, let me tell you something. When my boss gave me that contract, someone was telling me, Val, overcharge him, do something. After all, he has money. I said, no, I will tell you the price. The price remains the price. And honestly, I maintained integrity. I would have bashed my relationship with this person if I went the other way around. I wouldn't have gotten the favors I'm enjoying from him today if I went the other way around. So do not allow instant gratification. Do not allow your stomach to prevent you from going or thinking far. Okay? So you must maintain integrity, you must maintain honesty, you must deliver as at when due. When you say it's you're delivering at 7 p.m. on the 12th of June, please deliver at 6:59 or even 5 p.m. on the 12th of June. Under promise, over deliver. Under promise, but over deliver. This is what will stand you out. And then the use of social media, because social media is mainstream. Social media is mainstream. So while ASU is on strike now, you're already building certain capacities, certain skills, so that when you go back to school, you will be able to continue selling. So already they know you that he's a graphics designer, or he's into this web development, he's into voiceover, or he's a coach teaching people on certain things. When you return, they will perceive you as that person that they have been seeing online. So you must be able to utilize this period effectively. Show the world what you can do. Let your classmates know what you can do. That you have your WhatsApp groups. How many times do you post what you do on the group or even on your status? How many times? How many people know what you can do? Only your family members. They will not buy much from you. Your money is in the hands of people who do not even know you. And so we must be able to utilize the social media space to show the world what we can do. And I'm sure that you will be able, at least at the foundational level, lead an efficient financial life. What I've shared with you today is the foundation to start. You must, people pray a lot, but they don't work a lot. When you pray a lot, work also a lot. Faith without work is dead. Faith without work is dead. God will say, what do you have in your hands? He will bless the works of your hand. It doesn't matter if you're selling akara. Just be consistent and faithful in that akara sales, and He will bless it. It doesn't matter what you're doing, but if you work hard and you remain consistent, you will go far. You will go far. It's 7 minutes past the time I was asked to stop, and I hope that you've gotten value tonight, and I hope that you've learned something. So, Innocent, if you can hear me, you can now come on board, and so that we can wrap this session up. Thank you so much for the opportunity to come share my knowledge and my experience with your community and a group of young, smart, innovative entrepreneurs who would be listening. Okay, so um, I'm waiting for Innocent
Hello,
to
Sava.
join. Yeah, I can hear you.
Thank you so much for these teachings. Like, let me be honest with you. I was personally wishing I was still an undergraduate. Like, I never
I
thought about these. Like, in all sincerity, it, these ideas never occurred to me while I was back in school, and you blew me off my feet. I must be honest with you. I'm not saying this because I want to sugarcoat. I'm being frank with you. Trust me. I'm being plainly honest here. Like these these ideas are mind blowing, and that is why we're not going to sell the replays to these. I don't know. I have this peculiar love and likeness for students, probably because it's a path I have walked through, and I understand how daunting it can be had people who cut out for my financial need back then in school, my dad, my elder siblings. I also had this moral support, and I understood the fact that I needed to make my own extra efforts to struggle for some of the things I got, and also do well academically as well, right?
Mm.
But these ideas that you shared here didn't occur to me, and I must tell you, thank you so much for these ideas. Thank you for taking out the
You're
time to
welcome.
be here. Personally, I gained a whole lot from these, and I'm very, very grateful. Thank you so much. I don't know.
You're
Someone says,
welcome.
okay, anyone has a question? Anyone has a question?
Thank you, Lena. I can see your comments.
Okay, so no question. Would thank you so much, Sava, for coming. We'll be inviting our next speaker immediately after
All
this.
right.
Please, guys, don't go nowhere. Thank you so much, Sava.
All right. Thank you so much. All the best. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay.
Something big is coming. It's the Millionaire Student Summit. You get the opportunity to learn how to make your first million even as a student. Meet the 9 industry experts who would be sharing their story and experiences about building wealth on this digital space. Valentine Okafor, Adeboye David, Isaiah Ibigbemi, Grace Carlo, Jacob Okoro, Esther Odemwige, Chijioke Otikba, Awesomeness Subana, and Ifoma Ezeokoli. And the host is Innocent Nduaguba. Meet the panelists, Victory Markson, Josiah Adebisi, Iyanu Olua Ileson. And the moderators are Theodora Nduaguba and Favor Joseph. Learn how you can build your wealth from their experiences. Date is from the 15th to the 17th of July. And the venue is YouTube Live. Register via the link on the next slide. See you inside. Something big is coming. It's the Millionaire Student Summit. You get the opportunity to learn how Something big is coming. It's the Millionaire Student Summit. You get the opportunity to learn how to make your first million even as a student. Meet the 9 industry experts who would be sharing their story and experiences about building wealth on this digital space. Valentine Okafor, Adeboye David, Isaiah Ibigbemi, Grace Carlo, Jacob Okoro, Esther Odemwige, Chijioke Otikba, Awesomeness Subana, and Ifoma Ezeokoli. And the host is Innocent Nduaguba. Meet the panelists, Victory Markson, Josiah Adebisi, Iyanu Olua Ileson. And the moderators are Theodora Nduaguba and Favor Joseph. Learn how you can build your wealth from their experiences. Date is from the 15th to the 17th of July. And the venue is YouTube Live. Register via the link on the
All right, guys. Welcome back from that amazing session with Saval. So we've got a very special friend of mine. Ifoma is a call in the building. If you let's see you now. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. I'm
Oh,
sorry, there was
wow.
a little light out in my house. I can hear you. Good evening. Good
Good
evening,
evening, welcome.
everyone. Wow.
Man, we can't wait to
Okay.
drink from your well of
Thank you so
knowledge
much.
and wisdom. By the way, you look very beautiful this
Wow. Thank you so
evening.
much for having. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. So quickly,
All right.
bless you. I'm going to run off stage now. Then you can do your thing, okay? All
All
right.
right. No problem. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Wherever you're watching from. Tonight I'm going to be very brief because well, this wasn't really planned. I thought I was even going to miss this section because I had to attend my ICANN classes, but then thank God we could dismiss every today. But then I just hope I can share what I have with you guys in the next 20-30 minutes. So the theme of this conference is this is the Millionaires Conference, right? And targeted towards students majorly. And we want to look at how you can make your first million even as a student. And most times when you talk about making money, when you talk about being a millionaire, and especially with young people, there's this enthusiasm where you want to know, okay, what's the next big thing? What is doing well? What can I put my money in? How can I put in 5,000 there and get 100,000 there? Or what business idea is the next big thing? And I won't really blame the young population on how they think. I think the society has, in a way, influenced the way we see money and how to make money. But then I want to, like, for any people who know me would know that when it comes to life, when it comes to anything about life, whether making money, association, whatever the case may be, I always start with the person involved, which is you. Okay. Now, so when it comes to making money, now you want to learn how to make money. You want to learn how to make your first million as a student. The the money part is not really the issue. What what for me, I feel like the underlying issue is the person who is going to make that money, which is you. Now, you need to understand as a person, what is it that you love? Because if you don't understand yourself, if you don't know yourself, you really cannot determine how much you can even make. Because when you understand yourself, when you understand your value, when you understand what you can bring to the table, that is the only way you can place a value to the money you can even bring to yourself or you can attract to yourself, and even what you're worth. So first of all, understanding who are you, ask that question. And this is the question that I had to ask myself of late. Funny enough, because oftentimes it's not just enough um to do this. You have to do it often, okay, whereby you sit down, you reevaluate, you ask yourself, you have a discussion with yourself. And I had to do this with of late, and I asked myself, who am I really? Okay, what drives me? And it's something that I would really love for everyone participating and hearing me this evening, to know yourself. Because only when you know yourself, that is that is the only time that you can determine what can spring out from you. Okay, so it all starts with you. Who are you? What drives you? And what do you want from life? What exactly do you want from life? I want you to write this down. So if I won't advise you to do it now because you're still having this section, but then after all the sections tonight, I don't know if my session is the last session, but then after all the sections tonight, get back and you know get a book, get a pen, and write down these questions. Who am I? Okay, what drives me? For me, there are three things that drive me: relevance, impact, and growth. And everything that I'm doing should be geared towards that drive. Okay. Now, when you understand what drives you, when you understand all this, it helps you articulate your process, and also helps you articulate your purpose. Okay. Because your purpose really is what influences what you do. Now, it's very sad that some people just live their lives and there is no direction. Like, before now, I didn't understand all these things. But, you know, over time, understanding this has made me realize that why would somebody just wake up every single day and doesn't even really know what he wants from life? You just feel okay because I'm a human being and I'm supposed to wake up every day, or I'm supposed to have a job, I'm supposed to go to school. You just do that. But aside those things, what do you really want from life? Where do you see yourself in the next 5, 10 years from now? What like what footprint do you want to leave in the sand of time? What impact do you want to make in your generation? you know all these things, it gets clearer when you ask yourself these questions. Who am I? What drives? What do I want from life? Okay, so you need to understand yourself, because if at all you must make money, you must know yourself and what you're capable of. And because most people, what they can do, that is or they devalue themselves. They see more value on themselves. Okay, so understand yourself. It helps you understand what your purpose is. Okay, and that influences how you live your life. All right, then another thing I would like to establish before I go into how you can even make millions as, or how you can make your first million as a student, is that you need to ask yourself, What beliefs do you have about money? Okay, now because you want to make money, yes, the topic is about money. But what beliefs do you have about money? What do you understand about money? Because if you have wrong beliefs about money, it's going to corrupt how you even make money. So, for instance, like most when we're growing up as children, parents will tell you, "Hey, stop asking for too much money. Does money grow on the tree?" Like the way you're asking for money, and over time, we now subconsciously start believing that money is something very difficult to come by. Like you have to sweat to even get 1 naira. And so, even if we have grown and we want to make money, we feel like I have to work, I have to dig the soil. The money is buried like priceless gold. Okay, because of that mindset that has been established while we were younger. So, what beliefs do you have about money that is not true? Ask yourself that because what beliefs do you have about money that is not true? What is your attitude towards money? How do you see money? For some people, they see money as something that can finish, as a resource that is exhaustible. So, for instance, they feel like, I cannot even give. Oh. If I give this guy this money now, I know he's in need of it though. But if I give him even this 1,000 naira, man, my life has ended. So they see money as something that can finish, something that they should cherish like gold. Because if at all money leaves them, it will never come back and they'll be broke for life. So, what beliefs do you have about money that is wrong? What attitude do you have towards money? And what do you understand by money? What do you understand about money? Because the thing is, you need to realize that money is not just, I know if you check the definition of money, they'll tell you money is a medium of exchange in form of coins, paper notes. But then you need to understand that money is not just about those coins and paper notes. Money is also people. So let me give an example. Imagine I wanted to attend an event and this even happened recently. I think I should even relate it to myself. I was supposed to attend an event on creative intelligence, creative thinking, and the fee was 25,000 naira. Ordinarily, if I didn't know Chijoke Otikpa, my friend, who knew the coach or who knows the coach, I would have to pay that 25,000 naira to be at that training. But because of my relationship, because of friendship, I went to that training. I didn't pay a dime except my transport fare, but I didn't pay a dime. And I got into the training, attended from beginning to the end. I even got the materials for free. Although the intention was to go there as a volunteer, but still, I was able to get all this value for free. So you need to understand that money is not just what you can see or what you can feel. As long as you can exchange and get something in return, for me, that is money. Okay. But then I understand that what you are here to hear, what you're here to hear tonight is how to make that monetary note. So how to make those, the money that you can use to buy anything you want to buy. And we'll talk about that. Okay. In fact, we're good. Let's talk about that now. So how do you make your first million as a millionaire? And I'm going to be sharing everything I'll be telling you is just based on my own experience. Okay. What has worked for me? So first of all, you need to understand that to make money, you have to give something for something. Like money does not. Now let me use like the example analogy that our parents usually give. Money does not fall from a tree, or you cannot go and plug money. You cannot plug it from a tree. Okay, it's not like a fruit that you can plug off from a tree. You have to give something for something. So, for instance, if you sell clothes, you sell shoes, bags, what this lady wears, you sell them and you're getting money because you're giving someone else that shoe or that cloth or that bag. To them, the cloth is valued. To them, they need the clothes. They don't want to be naked, or they want to just change their wardrobe. They need a new bag, they need a new shoe, and you're giving them that thing, and you're getting money in return. Okay, so you understand that to make money, you must give something for something. If you have a skill, probably you can sing. Now, if you're invited to sing at someone's birthday party, wedding ceremony, you're paid to sing because you have that talent of singing and you're utilizing it. If you decide to do a graphic design for somebody, you're paid because you have that skill of designing graphic, and then you're getting money in return. So money comes from giving value, from giving something. And then for you to make money or to make your first million as a student, you have to have something that you can give to get that money in return. Okay, so it can be goods, you can sell something, whatever it is, you can sell something, you can give a service, whatever it is, painting, designing, sculpturing, whatever it is, you give a service, offer a service, or you teach somebody and then you get paid. So basically, you're giving something to get something in return. Okay, so that is why most people who don't understand these principles usually fall victims for all these schemes, all these fraudulent schemes that tell you put money here and then in 2 days, in 1 week, it doubles or it triples, or times 100 the money. You put 2,000 naira and then you get 200,000 naira the next week. But because you don't understand the principle of making money, you feel like to make money is so hard, and that's why every scheme or everything that looks very juicy, I should just jump in. Okay, so now I'm hoping that you attending this conference, you understand that to make money, you must give something for something. You must exchange value, okay, to get money in return. You can see that money is not hard. To make money is not hard, okay? But then you now need to know, how do I exchange this thing? And that will lead me to the next, which is learn the skills that complement what you have. So if you have you can design graphics, and that is a skill of its own. Now, how can you complement that graphic design skill? You need to learn how to market, you need to learn sales, you need to learn content creation, okay? Because you need to make noise. And this is another point, making noise about what you can do. Learn to make noise about what you can do, okay? So you need to learn the skills that complement what you can do. If you have, or what you have, the value you have. So if you have, say, goods, you're selling bags, shoes, and whatever you're selling that is a physical good, you need to learn the skill that complements. You need to learn sales, you need to learn marketing, okay? You need to learn how to convince people, or you need to learn how to make people see the value in what you're offering. How do people, you need to make them understand that you're better, or that your offer, or that your goods, your products is better than your competitors, or better than the other person that they see selling it. So you need to learn the skills that complement it. So first of all, I said you need to understand that to make your first million, you must give something for something. Okay, you must give value, either goods or service, or service trainings too, or services. So either goods or service, you give it to get money in return. Secondly, learn the skills that complement those goods and services that you have to offer. And if for you, maybe you're wondering, okay, for me, I don't think I have anything. I don't think I can even have any skill at all. And that is why, like I said, when I was talking about you, understanding you. Now, when you understand what drives you, and you understand what you're passionate about, it helps you know what exactly to learn. Because especially for students, like during this now the strike, right? And most students are, all of them have even given up on ASU. They started their own business. But the question is, the business you're doing, or the business they've started, is it really something that they want to do? Is it something that they love? Or are they just doing it because they said, if you're sitting at home and doing nothing, you're wrong? So because I don't want to be wrong, I want to join others. Bandwagon effect. Everybody's doing something. Maker has started posting on his WhatsApp status. I'm selling oil perfume, or bring your money. Let me help you invest in crypto. Or everybody's doing something, and so I must do something. But then when you understand what exactly it is that you love, that you're passionate about, it helps you know, okay, what skill can I learn? So now you may want, okay, I don't have a skill, but then you're telling me that I need to exchange something to get money. So what is the solution? You get a skill, you learn something. Or if you feel like you don't want to, probably the skill kind of thing is not your thing, maybe learning how to do video editing, learning graphics, or learning skills, you want to just do more of goods, more of product, physical things that people can touch, see, people that can wear, they can eat. Now, if you want to do that, it's still fine. That's why I said you need to understand what exactly it is that resonates with you. What you're passionate about? Discovering yourself. And that's why this is the most important thing in this journey. Okay. So if I thought you must make your first million, you need to understand yourself. What is it that you love? What is it that drives you? Okay. It tells you exactly what it is you need to do in order to make money. Okay. So, like I said, first of all, understand that money has to do with giving something for something. Okay, giving whatever it is, good service for the money in return, and then also learn the skills that complement that service you're offering or that goods you're selling. Then make noise about what you do. So let people understand what you do. Like, you cannot be selling, or if you cannot say you want to make money and nobody even knows you. Like, only your family knows that you sell something. Your air perfume that you bought for like 2 months ago is still remaining more than three quarter, and nobody is buying. Maybe probably your siblings. Some siblings are even they're terrible at times. They want you to give them for free, or maybe your friend just said to buy one or two just to help your ministry. Okay, not like she does not know who to buy from, but you are selling either a service or a product, and nobody knows you. Nobody knows that you're selling those things. So you need to make noise, and that's why you need to learn the skills that complement what you already have. So you need to learn how to do content creation. You need to go on social media, online, offline. Okay, use these mediums to tell people what you do. Don't be shy to say what you do. Do shameless marketing. Because they won't put food on your table. Your friends, it's not that they love you very much. They will not tell you, come and stay in my house, let me feed you for morning. Fat for 365 days. They will not. Even when you come and visit after 1 week, they'll start asking you, babe, for now, bring something. So they will not, you see, no matter how much of your friends, your family members love you, there's a point you get you really need to be accountable for your life. And that's why you need to make notes about what you do so that you can make money. Then the next one, number 4, which is my personal favorite. Okay. Anyway, all the ones I've mentioned, I love them. But then this one, I'm very particular about this one because it's something that I tried doing it right from for as long as I can remember. I think when I was I think when I was in primary school, okay, let me not exaggerate, but I know that when I was in junior secondary school, because then it was I don't even know. I didn't know what I didn't really know what I was doing. I just knew that I was doing something. And what is that? Savings. Because I think I was in primary school or maybe junior secondary school when I got shares. Now me, I didn't know anything about shares now at that age. But then my mom, she's in the financial background. And then you hear talking about shares. And then this mom saw someone that uncle will give you, auntie will give you. And now as young, being young at that point, I didn't even know how to walk into the market and say I want to buy shoe for myself or I want to buy clothes for myself. So it was more like any money that came in was just to probably buy something around the house, biscuits or something. But then you cannot exhaust it now, except well, it all depends on the amount. But when money started coming like 3,000, 5K came in from uncles and aunties, like I just started keeping the money. At some point, my mommy took it and then bought shares for me. But I think along the line, I think she started doing very badly and she sold off my shares. She gave me the money, but I just started saving. And I don't know how I learned it, but I just started saving. They give me money, I just keep it there. I used to calculate how much I have. I have 10K now. I'll be so happy. But then I didn't have any plan for 10K. What am I doing with 10K? I didn't even know anything about investments. I just knew that I had money and that joy was there. So it's something that I've been doing over time. And as I grew older, understood that savings savings, I feel like savings is people don't really talk about so much, but savings can do wonders. Do you know that from 10K I saved to 50 to 100 to 200? Like there was a time when, like, I just feel like when I'm talking about my money among my friends and I'm calling saying I just saved about maybe 60K one company, they'll be looking at me as if maybe, well, and that's the impression I got though, that where did this one come from? Or more like maybe her parents are sending her plenty money. But it's not true. Like I started investing from the money that I had saved years back because it kept on piling up, piling up, piling up, piling up, piling up. So savings is something that I want you to really take, start taking seriously from henceforth. As a student, they're sending you money, no matter how small it is. Remember there's one time like then when I was in school, my mom used to send me like at some point though, she started sending me 20K. As the years grew, like before it was lesser than that, but with recession, inflation and everything, price started increasing my allowance soon. So if you send like 20K, I'll be like, okay, 10% tithe, 10% savings. How much is remaining? 16,000. Just find a way to use this. I know that it is not going to be easy, but just find a way to use this 16,000. But then at some point, like I started picking up on my saving because in a way that 16,000 was not easy to, like, it literally would just finish before the end of the month. So one good thing that happened to me before I left school was that I now discovered piggy vest. So what I used to do is that in my piggy vest, I set auto savings. So I just put it at the beginning of every month, just remove, and I think auto savings cannot be less than 3,000. I think so. Yes. But then I know I was saving, they were taking 3,000 out of my account. I think it was cannot be less than 3,000. So I was like, let me see if I will not discipline myself now to just restrict my expenses to that amount. So then I do auto savings. Like once beginning of month, as my allowance is dropping, piggy vest they'll just take, like, although I set it as like there's a timing. So I think then it was this 6 a.m. I'll be 6 p.m. of first of the month. So I'll just see debit alert, 3,000 naira, piggy vest. I'll be like, okay, now the remaining money, let me see how if you not manage it. So it helped me to take savings seriously. And over time, the money has been accumulating and just transfer the money, put it into investment. So you can see how much, how much enthusiasm I'm using to talk about it, because it's something that I have seen works and that helped me over time. Most time people don't really appreciate saving because they see the money just in bits. So you're making, let's say as a student, probably your parents are sending you like 10K and you want to save 10%. It can be more if you can survive. But you want to save 10%, 1,000 naira. You're like, what is 1,000 naira? But just let it accumulate. Imagine if you're in your 200 level now and you're saving 1,000 naira every year. So every month for 1 year, that is 12,000. For the remaining 4 years you may spend in university, if your course is like 5 years, that will be like 48. It may not look much to you, but then you understand at that point when you're coming out from school and you really don't have any money, except now that you're learning how to make money with your skills, with your talents, right? But then now that you're going to be making money with your skills, you need to learn how to save money because, like I was saying, I was saying to Innocent in Nigeria, having a discussion. Money really, or being or calling yourself a millionaire, or saying I make 7 figures or 8 figures or 6 figures, really is not just about the money you make. It's about how much is remaining after your spending. It's about how much you can keep from that money you make. Because you can be making six figures and you're finishing the six figures in that same month. You make 300K and 300K finishes. So it means that you're just going around, a cycle. You're making money, is finishing, you're making money, is finishing. At the end of the day, you're really a millionaire because your bank account says otherwise. Okay. So you need to understand that money is not just about how much you make, but how much you can confidently say is what you're worth. So if I check now, how much do you have that you can spend any day, anytime? How much is remaining after your spending? And that's why you need to prioritize savings and investment. Now look for good investment platforms. Like for me, I use some of them, and over time, even if when it comes to investment, your returns on investment is dependent or is determined by how much you put your capital. Okay, but over time, I've saved, I've invested, and then I'm getting my returns, even if it's not in millions. But then, because it all depends on how much you put, but you're getting something. So prioritize saving so that eventually you can invest that money and then make returns on that money. Don't always see money as something that must just leave your hand. If you make money, find a way to save something from it. No matter how little, find a way to save something from it. Then another thing I would like to say is you should cut down on your expenses, because so many people are, to making money can be very, very deceiving, especially when the money is coming in a whole lot. You're making six figures, seven figures, and then you're like, man, I've made it in life, I'm making money. Because ordinarily, what happens is that whenever you start making money, like they always say, the more money you make, your expenses measures up to that, to your income. So the more money you're making, all of a sudden you start seeing that things that you don't used to buy before, you just need to start buying them. And things that you don't used to need before, you just start needing them because now you're making more money. So you need to understand that when it comes to making money, making money is not just enough. You need to learn how to save, and then Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry, my network interrupted. I didn't even know. So I'll be rounding off now. So, there's a question I asked myself, and I had to ask myself this of late because I noticed that recently I started making expenses that I felt were very important. Yes, they are, but actually I had to ask myself, can I do without this thing? Can I manage without this thing? And then I noticed that, well, you've been doing without it before, so why not? So you need to be able to cut down on your expenses. Ask yourself, do I really need this? If I don't, then why not let it go? So that it does not cost you your savings. And at the end of the day, there'll be nothing left to save. So lastly, on how to make your first million, I would say keep developing yourself. So it's not enough to just have a skill or to own a business. You need to keep developing yourself, keep growing, okay, keep reinventing yourself. That sometimes you may need to probably take a different path, and that is why purpose discovery is very important. And asking yourself those questions. Now, one thing I want to leave with you tonight is in everything you do, ensure you think long term. Ensure you think long term because it helps you understand what you need to do now. What you need to do now. Most people just move. Okay, I'm making money, I'm selling something, I'm doing something, money is coming in. But 5 years, 3 years down the line, do you think that it will make so much meaning to you? So you need to know what is it that I want, where is it that I'm going to, where do I want to get to, what is my long-term goal, my long-term vision, where do I see myself in the next 3, 4 years, what do I want to achieve, or where do I want to be at? That will help you to understand what exactly you need to be doing now, okay, to move towards that goal. And it's very, very important, so important, please. Very, very important. You need to keep on developing yourself. And it's when you understand where you need to be, okay, in the long term, that you understand how should you develop yourself. What should you be doing to become better than you were yesterday? So always think long term. It help you to take the right steps because you don't want to live your life like someone that just wakes up every day and feels like, okay, let's just see how we can make money today. Let's just see what we can do today. You need to live your life with a direction, with purpose. Like I said, you're a human being and you're here for a purpose, okay? And you don't want to live this life without making a difference to those around you. And all comes with having a purpose, having something that drives you, and a picture you can see ahead of you that makes you up on your feet every day and like, okay, it's something I want to do. This is what I'm aiming for. This is what I want to achieve. Understanding that really will go a long way in helping you make money. And I just wish and hope that everything you've been learning from this conference, you take it and put it into practice. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm sorry, Innocent, you can come. Oh my God, I'm just seeing your messages now. Innocent said we're running out of time. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm just seeing a message. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. If you can hear me,
All
Innocent.
right.
Okay.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Informa. Thank you so much for dishing out this premium value tonight. I personally learned a lot. You've talked about investing. I would, so we have a question. We have a question. Maybe
Okay.
you tackle the question before we leave. Someone said, Emmanuel said,
I can't hear you again.
would you suggest you spend your
Okay, I
even
can see the
before you reach
question.
your target savings.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So would you suggest to spend your savings to buy the tools you need for your skills? Even see, as long as buying it will make more money for you, why not? So early this year, I think that was either January or February, I had to pull out like 130,000 from my savings to buy a new laptop. So I already have a laptop. In fact, I still have that laptop, but it couldn't do what I wanted to do. And so I had to get some money from my savings because I got a new laptop for my mom and I wanted to sell off that new one, add money to it, and then buy the one I later bought. So I had to get money from my savings and I used it to get the new laptop. So if getting those tools will help you make money with your skills, why not? Okay, I can't tell if people can hear me because in my I'm looking post. What is happening?
Are you done? Are you done answering the question? Sorry, a call came in.
Okay, okay, I'm done, but I don't know if they heard me because even on my hand it was paused. I don't know if they heard me. You can ask. If you heard me, please just let me know.
Okay, so Emmanuel, did you hear her response to your question? Can you leave a comment in the comment section?
Okay, you
He's
said
saying
that.
he asked a question. Okay, he said he heard you. I
Okay,
think he
okay.
asked another question. He said, how do I balance? I think it's similar to the other question. He said, thank you, ma. All right, all right. So Ifoma, thank you so much for coming. Like, we're really grateful. Thank you for taking out time from your busy schedule. She had classes today from I think 9 a.m. or 8:30 to 8 o'clock. In fact, when I was conversing with her today, she was still be showing up tonight. She said she was just coming back home and she showed up. She took few minutes or about half an hour to just get herself, to rest from the day's studies because she went for some studies. So thank you so much for coming. We are grateful. We value your time and we don't take it for granted. Thank you so much. So with that, this is the end of today's session. So we call it a night, guys. Good night. Signing out. Bye bye.
Something big is coming. It's the Millionaire Student Summit. You get the opportunity to learn how to make your first million even as a student. Meet the 9 industry experts who will be sharing their story and experiences about building wealth on this digital space. Valentine Okafor, Adeboye David, Isaiah Ibigbemi, Grace Carlo, Jacob Okoro, Esther Odemwige, Chijioke Otikba, Awesomeness Subana, and Ifoma Ezeokoli. And the host is Innocent Nduabuba. Meet the panelists, Victory Markson, Josiah Davisi, Ianu Olua Ileson, and the moderators are Theodora Nduaguba and Favor Joseph. Learn how you can build your wealth from their experiences. Date is from the 15th to the 17th of July. And the venue is YouTube Live. Register via the link on the next slide. See you inside.